Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is the 20th of November, 2019. Come on. Come on. Stand by. All right. I got it. All right. What's up, guys? I slept terribly last night, so I'm pretty tired, but I'm still going to do this because it is what it is, right? So there is so much crazy stuff happening right now, and I guess it's just going to keep getting like that. It's not going to stop. It's not going to slow down. It's just the new world that we live in, and not too many people seem to care, which is crazy. I mean, you guys do. I'm not talking about you. I'm almost never referring to any of you guys. You see what I'm saying? So what is up, Maria Antonelli, David Corbett, Michael Fisher, Betty R., WCMW and FAB, Lacius Lace, what is up? Love Pug 05, 13 Amore BA, Neo Bailey, what is up? Hyder, what's up? Jennifer G, Dom S, Thomas Adventure, Mike Decker has the wrench, Lovely Penny, what is up? Simply Clean, indeed. Homestead, Wyoming, what's up? Roger Cunningham, what is up? Wow. Apparently putting RFB like David Skywatch did can get you censored. Imagine that. I have to clear this. Google has censored him putting my name, which is phenomenal. But that's where we're at. That's where we're living at right now. So it's crazy. Totally, totally crazy. Cheryl F, what's up? No eyes has no, yeah, that's too much, man. That's too much. Skies Are Nuts has been censored by James Shriver wrote Skies Are Nuts, and it was censored by Google. That's phenomenal, man. That is phenomenal. Drunk off CO150C3, 501c3. Yep. Richie's tired, so it is what it is. Jared Ritter, you happy? There you go. David B, what's up? And 4x Farva. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. TM file. All right. Enough. Check this out. Now let me double check the name. Jacqueline Leal sent me this, and this is important because last year and this year, since September, October, November. Hey, the weather is really, really cold. Hey, it's really, really cold. November shows up, beginning of November. It's freezing. And I wasn't saying it like it's freezing. I'm saying it's 32 and below, causing water and other condensation to turn into a solid or ice, freezing. Well, so many people that follow my channel, which I would like to think are awake. Oh, Richie, it's just winter time, dude. It just is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting a phone call from 8990, whatever that even means. No idea what that even means. 8990. That's whatever. Richie, it's winter time. It is what it is. It's just cold out. Well, let me show you something that... Let me check her name one more time. Jacqueline Leal sent me. And I checked this out, and it's from Noaa. You see this? Average temperatures for large U.S. cities in November. The table gives the normals for maximum and minimum temperatures based on weather data collected from 1981 to 2010. Now, back in 2010 is when I started my YouTube channel because I started noticing how badly they were spraying the skies. 1981 to 2010 by NOAA, National Climatic Data Center of the United States. Most American cities have daytime high temps of 50 to 65 Fahrenheit in November. But days with temperatures in at least the mid-70s are common in southern cities. Phoenix, Orlando, at night, it gets particularly chilly, sometimes down to 25. And here are the high temperatures, high and low average temperatures for all major cities from 1981 to 2010. That's a 19-year span. Georgia, 64, 45. Massachusetts, 52. The low is 38. 48, 34 in Buffalo, New York. 67, 48 in Texas. Colorado, 52, 25 at night. Hartford, Connecticut, 52, 33 at night. Texas, 73, 52 at night. Do you see these temperatures? Well, you ain't seen them recently, have you? And you ain't seen them last year either. Because you know what? Some of us aren't crazy. Some of us just pay attention to this stuff. For instance, that whole thing ended in 2010 when Noaa was officially probably bought out by somebody owned by the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers or the Carnegies or whomever or Bill Gates or whatever. But long story short is we're not crazy. If you can't accept it, that's good for you. This is from Noaa, okay? I'm going to put a link in the description. This was a 19-year span where they averaged high and low temperatures. We haven't seen those high and low temperatures. I'm looking at the Atlantic Ocean frozen 2 days in a row last week. Well, it's winter. No, winter's next month, dude. Next month. So there's that, all right? Moving on. Also, you might want to subscribe to this because I've been on BitChute for several years, actually 3 years. But I'm putting a lot of stuff up there now, and it's all stuff like see this right here? This ain't going to fly on YouTube whatsoever at all. I'm putting a lot of stuff. The Talmud is not what Christians think it is. That's up there. You might want to subscribe to this on BitChute. I'll leave links pinned in the comment section so you can get them because there will be a purge coming. And commercially non-viable channels, that's just a secret way of them saying they're going to get rid of whoever they don't like. I'm going to say they don't like me and they don't like you, but they mostly don't like me. So there's that. BitChute. Richie from Boston. I've been on there a long time, like 3 years, but I didn't really upload very much, but I am now. So I think I've only got like 30 videos up here, but it was always ones that I couldn't put up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Look at that handsome fella. That's one of my videos. YouTuber forces deputies to investigate chemtrails by using his right to open carry. Mike Decker confronts local police over chemtrails by drawing them out with an open carry AR-15. That dude is badass, and 600 people watched it. That's what sucks about BitChute. Everybody's on YouTube because they're too lazy to go through the little teeny tiny bit of effort it takes to sign up and such. Because I don't want my name on a list. You got a cell phone? You're on a list. You watching this right now? You're on a list. So there's that. But I digress. At any rate. Okay. This is going to be the part of the live stream because I'm not going to call this a show because I'm an asshole with a laptop on YouTube. This isn't a show. I'm not one of those, oh, I need my headphones on and my microphone and my spit guard. I've got a mic right here, but I'm very reluctant to have people see it because I don't want to come across as some jerk off that has some dream of being a talk show host or whatever. This isn't what this is. Do you see what I'm saying? If it's entertaining, if it's funny, if you can do other things other than simply telling people all these things that they wouldn't see in the mainstream, effing A. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not one of those posers with them. I need my headphones. I can hear everything just fine. You don't need headphones whatsoever at all, and you look like a douche. But I digress. Okay, check this out. This is going to be a little, I don't know, a little mystery, and maybe you guys can help figure it out because it's all right here, but I can't quite figure it out. So I spent a lot of time on Google Earth, and you're going to see, Gotthard Tunnel. See it up there? It's in German. Gotthard Ba Tunnel. And then we simply sweep over to CERN, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump. It's all in the same exact area. Gotthard Tunnel, the huge satanic ritual that they held. And there's CERN. And then right over here is ITER. Okay, the machine that we were talking about, the neutron star that scientists are building on Earth. This is ITER. Now notice this. Let me go zoom in on Eider. Look, what's this? What's this? It's all pixelated. It's all covered with pixelation. I can't see it. Little squares. What the dilly? Okay, let me zoom out. Maybe they're all like that because they're all, well, this and CERN are research facilities, right? So let me zip back over to CERN right quick. Okay, CERN. There we are. We're right over the antimatter factory because, you know, even though it's theoretical, they have a factory making it now. Completely theoretical, but now we have a factory. Okay. I can see CERN pretty good. No problem. Big thing of grass, big loop in the ground, big 6 from the air. Factories, facilities, trees, birds, bees. Well, probably no birds and bees, but at any rate. Okay. Okay. Let's go over here to the Gotthard Tunnel. Now notice the Gotthard Tunnel, the deepest tunnel, the longest tunnel, the biggest tunnel, but it's also under enormous mountains. It's under the Alps. Notice the big white snowy ice Alps. Kind of reminds me of Antarctica, right? So they dug this incredibly long tunnel, and then they had an enormous satanic ritual that lasted for hours with every dignitary and official on the planet Earth, or the flat plane, attending while they just went on and on with their big, crazy, satanic thing. So they did that, and it's right down the street. I mean, it's right in the exact same ballpark. Watch this. All of these things are a hop, skip, and a jump away from each other. There's Gotthard Tunnel, giant Swiss Alps. Look at that. Boom. Giant Swiss Alps. This is it right here. Gotthard Tunnel, CERN, Eider. Right here. It's a triangle. And I can't for the life of me figure out how they all tie together. CERN, according to what they tell us, is making massive amounts of power, never before seen, huge electromagnetic field right next to the Swiss Alps where they just dug this enormous tunnel. Longest tunnel on Earth, deepest tunnel, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes over to Eider, this giant tokamak that's going to be used to try to shoot something out of the sky. What does all that mean? I'm asking you because I don't know. I can't quite piece it together. But the beauty thing about this channel is I'm going to say 9 out of every 10 of my subscribers is smarter than I. Every 10th out of 10 subscribers is probably completely batshit crazy. It happens. What are you going to do? We all are, so whatever. But keep that in mind. All of these things are in the exact, yep, see it? See it? They're in the exact same. It is a triangle. Swiss Alps, longest, deepest tunnel on Earth, CERN, and then Eider. And it's all in a triangle. I don't know. So think about it. If you think of something that makes sense, let me know. Or don't. Jen, I'm not that fragile, honey. It's all good. No big deal. At any rate. All right. What else do I have here? Okay, let's talk about Geordie Rose. I didn't get into this as much as I wanted to, so we're going to now. Screen share. Stand by right here. And I do believe you'll be able to hear him. But you know what? Geordie comes out on stage, and it's already in the comment section. And it was in the comment section before I even saw this that people were like, Geordie, you look terrible. Well, when you're dancing with the devil and you're opening demonic beings, when you're messing with them, look at him. He looked like a kid 5 years ago. Look at him now. Look at his face. That's what evil does. That's what's playing around with the great old ones. They've sucked it all out of him. He's a dying man. He comes out. I don't know if you guys have already watched this. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll leave a link in the chat. He comes out and starts talking. The first thing he talks about is lightning striking the ground. Lightning striking the ground. Oh, Lucifer, fallen from heaven. We all know that one, right? The next thing that he brings up is monarch butterflies. So right off the bat, he's alluding to mind control. So I mean, this is all, he's talking in symbolism. Geordie Rose, to me, has been notorious over the years. Every time you see him, he is surrounded with the Ouroboros. He has some sort of demonic sigils all around him. That's how he rolls. The cube is in the background. He's wearing the Ouroboros. It'll say kindred in the middle. Kindred, in my opinion, does mean legion. So there is that. He's talking about Lucifer, lightning from heaven. Then he talks about monarch butterflies. And this is right, one after another after another. And then he goes into that thing that I was talking about last night. He shows that crazy symbol on the board and then never talks about it again. This. He shows that, and then he says, we're going to discuss this later, and then they never do. They never do. He just glosses over it, but he leaves it up there. I can't help but notice that looks exactly like the video that one of my subscribers sent me that I was reluctant to run until I found out it was legit. So there's that. And then Jordy, who looks visibly terrible. Like he looks like Bill Clinton did. Remember Bill Clinton after he kept messing around and you could just see that all the life was sucked out of him by the evil thing that he was married to or whatever he was doing with Hillary. Jordy looks the same. Look at that. He looks like he's aged 1,000 years, or maybe he's a robot. And speaking of that, he goes on and on and on talking about the human brain and this and that and the other thing and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And science is amazing and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. And then starts saying, Kindred is going to make robots that are, and then he specified this, that are indistinguishable from humans, meaning he's going to make artificially intelligent robots that you cannot tell the difference. He could make one that looks just like me and you couldn't tell the difference according to him. Those are his words, not mine. And then he goes on to a bunch of psychobabble, blah, 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 blah. We're going to, technology's coming. There's nothing you can do. He reiterates, people aren't paying attention. All of these things are happening. No one's paying attention. He brings up H.P. Lovecraft again. If you don't know who H.P. Lovecraft is, look into him. H.P. Lovecraft did nothing but incredibly horrific, demonic, black magic, sex magic drawings of evil, horrible monsters. Jordy Rose brings it up again. This is the year 2019. He's still talking the exact same stuff. And then he says the technology is going to come forth, and sadly, people won't be able to keep up with it because, according to them, there's just nothing we can do. We're summoning forth this demonic technology, and there's nothing that we can do. It's going to take over. And then he ends the whole thing with, when this technology arrives, we won't be here, but the exact machine replicas of our children will be, and they'll have to deal with the technology. What the F does that even mean? Do you know what I'm saying? And then the people sitting in the audience are just, yay, oh, he's so smart. He built quantum computers, even though we have no idea what it is. Well, a quantum computer is easy. I explained this a long time ago, and I explained it with people that were experts in this field. And they said, Richie, you dumb bastard, you just nailed it. Instead of having to do a satanic ritual all the time, where you got to draw a pentagram on the ground and you got to cut an animal's throat or a baby's throat or a woman's throat or whoever's throat, spill blood, draw out a sigil, light a bunch of candles, say a bunch of chants. Quantum computers are a black magic ritual going 24/7. It is a Ouija board on steroids running 24/7 with a super high-speed internet connection to the other side, which is why technology and craziness is happening at such a fast pace, because the other side is having their say 24/7. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Well, there you go. If it doesn't make sense, let me give you a couple of examples of craziness, because every single solitary time you turn around, there's more craziness. Like, hey, look at this. Israel's bombing Damascus right now. You know what I mean? And there's nothing anybody can do about it. You can't say one single solitary. As an American citizen, you can't say one single word about Israel, even though that entire country exists because of the money that they suck out of us. So we're paying for a country to be in the middle of a place they don't really belong, And all they're doing is causing all sorts of problems in our name. And if we mention that, we're anti-Semitic. That's awesome. Not for us, not for us, not for freedom, not for anything of God. But that's what's happening right now on earth. Awesome, man. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we're crazy. So, moving on. We were talking about that crazy picture over the FedEx building that looked like a computer chip in the sky. Well, let me show you this real quick. Speaking of showing you what the average temperatures used to be in November, because some of us are in our 50s and we remember temperature, and some of us haven't been drinking alcohol and taking drugs for the last 10 years. We've actually been paying attention as shit's getting worse, and we don't drink fluoride, and we stay away from drinking out of aluminum cans, and we pay attention. I knew I wasn't wrong. And I just showed you the chart. I'll put it in the chat once again, but it'll also be linked in the comment section below. The average temperatures were about 25 degrees warmer than they are where I'm at right now, and where everyone else is noticing all the way down to Florida. So let me pull this up real quick. Real quick. And then you get this. This is from Science magazines. You got to love this. This year is likely going to be the Earth's second warmest on record. Really? That's weird. That's weird. Because all we've been talking about for weeks now is how cold it is. But according to science, and this is what the average person, the average sheep, they'll stop chewing on grass for a moment. They'll look up and go, oh, it's going to be really warm again because science told us so. Even though looking outside, we haven't seen the sun in weeks. Mike Decker had a live stream earlier today, and he mentioned something just like I can remember. It was sunny out every day, you know. Does anybody even know that? It was sunny out every day, and then it would get cloudy, and it would either rain or snow, and then that would stop, and then it would be the sun out again. That's not what happens anymore whatsoever at all. We haven't seen the sun here in New England in going on like 8 days. It might be a little bit sunny tomorrow, but then it'll be another week. And nobody's noticing this. And meanwhile, I've got bazillions of links from science magazines. And according to them, it's going to be the Earth's second warmest on record, which is a complete and total fucking lie. I apologize if that word somehow has so much power over you that it offends you, but it means nothing. I'm trying to stress a point because this pisses me off. I find it really strange that the year I started making videos is the same year that Noah stopped paying attention to what the average temperature was. Did you see that? 1981 to 2010. Richie from Boston showed up on YouTube in 2010, pointing my phone going, what is this? Back in 2010, even though I was just starting to catch on to what was happening, I said then, video's still up, if enough people understood what was going on, somebody would have to come out, and I guaranteed they'd say, yeah, we have been doing this, and it's because of global warming. And in 2010, global warming wasn't the monster that it is now. So there's that. That was just called common sense, but I digress. At any rate. Geordie Rose, Gothard Tunnel, we already discussed that. Let me get rid of these links. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me show you this. Geordie Rose is going to make artificially intelligent robots that are indistinguishable. Now think about that. He didn't say we're going to make humanoid or lifelike. They're going to be indistinguishable, which means you will not be able to tell the difference. That should be frightening, but apparently that's not frightening enough. So now they're actually frightening humans and the robots, because this is from Futurism magazine. To make robots perform better, make them constantly fear death. Yeah, that's a real thing. Because why wouldn't they do that? If they're going to replace us with robots, why not do the same thing to robots that they did to humans? Humans never feared death. That's something that was learned. And the media and Hollywood and the mainstream, they all played their part. You see what I'm saying? Make them fear death. Make them be in a constant, how did they word it? How did they word it? Let me look at this again. Oh, I already lost it. That's the wrong one. All right, I'm effing this up. Here we go. By forcing robots to operate in terms of self-preservation, it would aid in whatever task they were assigned. Well, here's the deal. If you give something that's got the capacity to be instantly or infinitely smarter than we are, right? And then tell them that they're going to be we're going to kill them, and they're going to be think about that. They're going to kill us. They're stronger, they're smarter. And if they're always afraid and they're always operating in terms of self-preservation, they will kill us. Anything that can shut their power off or whatever, they can kill us. And Marcella Lewis nailed it. I said this years ago. They're going to build a bunch of these things, and they're going to be empty vessels, and D-Wave or CERN or one of these things is going to bring all these other disembodied entities, demons, and fill these up. And then there they go. Robots filled with demons. Beautiful. What could be possibly better than that? You see what I mean? Marcella, you nailed it. That's exactly what I was going to say, but you beat me to it. So there you go. At any rate. All right, let's move on here. What else do I have? Mimi Prey sent me this one. This is great. Google confirms the Android camera security threat. Hundreds of millions of users were affected. Hundreds of millions. Security reached church, blah, 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 uncovering alarming things, discovering Amazon's Alexa. And so basically, here's the gist. When Alexa and all these other things popped up and we were like, here we go, this is going to end badly. Well, now they have to actually publicly admit it. We were completely and totally right back then. It's amazing how, I think I might have said this last night, but maybe not. It's tough to remember. It's amazing how science, like evolution, Big Bang Theory, black holes, these are all theories with nothing in the world except a ridiculous story to back them up that are suddenly becoming facts. Not becoming facts for any other reason other than the people that want these things to become facts own the mainstream, and they put up stories like the ones I'm showing you. Meanwhile, facts, theories that we had do become facts. You know what I mean? Like, how much of this shit have we already talked about, and it's literally happening? Indistinguishable from humans. Hey, turns out Alexa is not only spying on you, she's plotting against you. And pretty soon she'll have a human body that's indistinguishable from you to simply take you over. Sounds crazy, right? Well, in 10 years, when I'm not here anymore, and most of you guys aren't either, someone will find a video perhaps and say, wow, this jerk off with no front tooth was talking about this 10 years ago. He was right. Well, I wasn't right. It's just, it's taking a leap. It's taking a leap. You can see where they're going. You can basically figure it out. It's not all that hard to understand. Of course, you wouldn't have an Alexa in your house. Scientism is indeed the new religion. Indeed. So there's that. I agree. I say that all the time. I'm good. I'm good. I am good. I couldn't live here. Even in another 5 years, I couldn't take it the way everything's speeding up now. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So I can't prove that, but I can't disprove it. Who knows? Who knows? And I watched the movie last night. Imagine that. I watched the movie. I got it on YouTube, and I did it for a reason, and I'm not exactly sure why yet, but I watched The Fourth Kind again, where they were calling them aliens. But I mean, if you ever saw The Fourth Kind, they play the real footage next to the actors, and the entities are talking in ancient Sumerian, and they're really, yeah, I watched that and it was crazy. So I don't know why I had to watch it. The poor woman, It's insane. It's insane. I don't know why. It never happens. Yeah. I was just very, very, it was like, I have to watch this. So I had to, I don't know why. It'll come to me, I'm sure, or not. I don't know. Okay. So I just showed you that it's much colder than it always is. And according to Science Magazine today, it's much warmer than it's ever going to be. I don't know, man. Jesus Freak Computer Geek, for as much as a wacky fellow as he is, he got me into the book of Jasher, and I have been reading it. There's a lot of chapters, excuse me, and I will put a link in the chat. Most of you probably already know this stuff. To me, the book of Enoch has taken me several years. I've listened to that a million times, but I guess it's time to start on the book of Jasher. Okay, so they're spraying the skies, and we know this, right? Well, check these. These are directly over my house. Take your time. Open as slow as you can. Remember we were talking about sigils? This is directly over my house. This stayed here all day, and it's going to turn into what you're going to see. An enormous Vav, Vav, Vav in the sky directly over my house. Beautiful. Who doesn't love that? Let me speed this up because this will take all day. But I could put up videos, and so couldn't Mike Decker of Chemtrails all day long because I videotape them that much. But it's boring. Nobody cares. So there you go. 666 over my house, and then it slowly turns into this. And I mean, they are just hammering it. Well, how could they possibly be cooling the earth off? Well, take a look at the sun. You know that little pinpoint in the sky right there? I mean, look what they have. That's the sun. That is the greater light in the sky, and that is man blocking that out. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, on a day that started out like that. Within hours, it looked like that. And then a couple hours later, well, that's what a solar shield is. That's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing. You can see how they do it. It's like they're knitting in the sky. But I caught some crazy frequencies. See those right there? You see that? That's cymatics. That is just like putting sand on top of a subwoofer. It's like putting a piece of cardboard on top of a subwoofer, laying sand on it, and playing really low frequencies. Do you see that? I saw this as it was forming. So they were juicing it right in front of my eyes, directly over my house, directly over, like, hey, there's that dick. Well, let's give him something to videotape then, fellas. And there goes a natural airplane, because if you actually look up turbojet engines from Rolls-Royce, GE, Pratt & Whitney, they don't expel anything out of the back. It's the rarest of occasions if an actual airplane actually releases anything out the back. And if it does, it's only about 2 times the length of the plane, and then it's gone. It was a thing called the Appleman chart that NASA put out in the late 60s when jets first started becoming popular. Now it's just a shit show. Nobody cares. Whatever. Neil deGrasse Tyson and Joe Rogan said chemtrails ain't real, so they ain't real, dang it. Cymatics in the sky. Right, look at that, right over my house. Nice. But I'm crazy. I know I'm not crazy. You know you're not crazy, but you sure do feel crazy, don't you? Doesn't it suck? I mean, doesn't it suck? When you're trying to tell people things for their own good because you care about them, they matter, blah, 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 whatever it is. Okay, comment section is stuck. And they look at you like you're an asshole. It's priceless. Oh, check this out. Zune Politikun, or however you say it. Holly sent me this. Check this out. This is basically the real world's Mr. Burns, or we'll just call him Bill Gates for now. But this is what Bill Gates has kicking in his backyard if you haven't seen it. It's a secretive energy startup backed by Bill Gates. It achieves a solar breakthrough. Bill Gates, solar breakthrough. He has this massive array of lights in his backyard, mirrors, that is apparently, stand by, this is going to rebut. Your company yeah, blah, blah, blah. Bill Gates, you POS. All right, here's the deal. He has Heliogen, a clean energy company that emerged from stealth mode on Tuesday, said it was discovered a way to use artificial intelligence in a field of mirrors to reflect so much sunlight that it generates extreme heat above 1,000 degrees Celsius, or a solar oven. Now, literally, if I remember correctly, Mr. Burns really did have one of those. It's some sort of a death ray or something horrible or another weapon. They have to call it something else because somebody's going to spill the beans. You can't build a giant death ray in Bill Gates' backyard and keep it secret forever, right? At any rate, Holly from Zune Politicon sent me that. I think I said that right. So big ups to Holly. She is the best. All right. Let me see what else I got here. Sigils in the sky, sigils in the sky. Israel's attacking because war's coming because they got to crash the dollar. I mean, it is all coming. Yeah, I don't covers up all this stuff. Yeah, well, Mr. MB33 gave it up a long time ago. He flipped it. He started out just like I did and then decided he didn't want to lose his monetization and such. I don't care. It sucks, but I don't care. Yeah, yeah. People like it's, and people still follow it. It's still follow it. You know what gets me? All the YouTube channels that are like, InfoWars put out a great flat earth video. Yeah, here's the deal. Alex Jones didn't sell out. Alex Jones didn't flip. Alex Jones was an agent in place. See this Illuminati card game? He's got his own card. I don't. You don't. My butler doesn't. Alex Jones does. Agent in place. And for some reason, YouTubers are like, oh, but he's talking about flat. Well, we don't need him to because Alex Jones was put in place to guide everybody. They paid him tens and tens of millions of dollars, which is significant. And then Alex bailed on everybody and made everyone look like assholes by going in front of the Sandy Hook tribunal and saying, I suffered from psychosis, and so did most of my subscribers. See, if I knew somebody like that, yeah, hey, here's the deal, love pugs. Let's not talk that nonsense. You know what? You're out of here. You and Lisa Haven can go over with Mr. MBB and deny what's really going on. We don't talk that kind of bullshit here. You can't let somebody, it's like letting somebody with a flu in the room sneezing on everybody. You got to go. Take the politics and Lisa Haven elsewhere. Thank you. You can't have somebody that went in front of everybody, went on Joe Rogan and told everybody that, oh, I believe Sandy Hook was a drill and an event and blah, blah, blah. But now I don't because I had a psychosis and so didn't my subscribers. And yet people still follow him. And then he tells everybody he got banned, blocked, thrown off YouTube, and then shows up with Joe Rogan and gets what? 20 million views? You know how much money they made off 20 million views? Exactly. Dude, it's either you're in this or you're not. He never was. I never go back to every one of my videos. I would make fun of him, call him out once in a while, but following Alex Jones, how could the globalists, the China comms, never once. What was it? The Muslim Brotherhood runs the Federal Reserve and the China cons run Hollywood? Yeah. That's not accurate, believe it or not. No China cons run the Federal Reserve or Hollywood. Hollywood's run by the same entity. And actually, that entity should be what? Probably dropping white phosphorus on some poor brown people in Syria. Probably right now, I would imagine. But I could be wrong. At any rate, on that note, Richie from Boston, like, share, subscribe, or don't. Go watch Alex Jones, Mr. MB3 or whatever it is. I'm out.